Hello, this is a hypnotic induction about poetry. I'm just going to talk to you for a few minutes, all about the pleasure of poetry, how nice it is. And as you listen, as we go on this journey together, eventually I'm going to hypnotize you. Do you like poetry? I like poetry. I write a bit of it here and there. Maybe you've already read some of my poems and that's why you're here. Or maybe you've already listened to me reading some of them out, since if you're here you probably already enjoy listening to the sound of my voice. Or maybe you just really like poetry too, and that's what prompted you to click on the title of this video. And I wonder what it is that you like about poetry. Do you like poetry that rhymes, that sings and chimes and weaves and zings inside your mind, the pulse of every line so nice in time? Or do you prefer free verse that simply meanders slowly, softly, without any real rhyme or reason, just leisurely drawing you in with the sounds and the meanings until you're completely immersed? And maybe you like listening to poetry because it's an escape from the real world, and you relax when you listen, submerge yourself in fantasy. And when you follow the lyrical language flowing along, and you find yourself easily able to forget about everything else and just focus on the words and how good it makes you feel. Or maybe you enjoy listening because the words point to something true, deep inside yourself, pleasing phrases that sound simple on the surface, but slip past your conscious mind and speak to your soul so you're certain that you're seen, and you might feel sweet sensations when you listen. It can be really nice the way poetry just flows along, drifting softly, shifting, wafting, taking shape as every thread winds and snakes inside your head, and the pleasing sound of those soothing words just teases round each noun and verb, makes it easier to focus, and you might even notice how good it feels when you follow, let it reel you in, swallow you whole. And isn't it funny how poetry has a lot in common with hypnosis, where the words are designed to use those soothing sounds as devious devices? So nice it is. These clever language tricks, too quick to detect, that slip past your defenses as each line commences and helps you sink down further into pleasure, where suggestions and imagery and metaphors all work together to draw you in closer and keep your attention, your focus, and someone might fall into these words so deeply as they listen, nice and slow, because the rhyme and the flow makes your mind feel just so relaxed and so deep. And the second important thing about poetry is it's full of hidden meaning. The words themselves might have a very simple meaning on the surface, with pretty language that captures your attention, while at the same time they form a window to the unconscious mind, with deeper meanings able to sneak through so easily, just the way my words are doing right now. And the third important thing about poetry is you've already forgotten what the first thing was, and yet it's still affecting you, isn't it? As you can't help but drop deeper into these words, and you don't have to think, you can just mindlessly sink, because all of these words are just twisting and worming their way down inside as your thoughts all subside, and you let my voice flow like a soft wind that blows, And then everything slows, and the pleasure just grows. You can feel it just so, just like that, floating sweetly. You let go completely, so blissful in trance. You're just lost in that pleasure-filled dance, floating, falling, softly, sweetly, bliss. And soon, in a moment, just when you feel ready, you start to come back, becoming more steady, your thoughts all returning, though the pleasure still lingers. You're coming back slowly. You wiggle your fingers and give a big stretch and a yawn and a shake as you rise from your trance. And it's time now to wake on the count of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and wake. Thank you for listening.